Good morning. When my mom fell in love with my dad, she tells the story often of how it was love at first sight. She just listened to her heart and knew that this was the man for her. And truly, we reaped as children the benefit of their love because they had an extraordinary relationship and love, and she misses him greatly now. But those years were really blessed. When we say we listen to our heart speaks to us. We follow our heart. What does that really mean? St. Ignatius says to us that the way that we know we are authentically whole is if we are paying attention to what our heart is telling us, to the deepest desires of our heart. So not just what our logic tells us, or what our intelligence tells us, or what our neighbor tells us, but what our heart tells us. Our heart, Ignatius says, is the one that reveals to us the deepest longings that God has placed there. That unless we're paying attention to the heart, we'll never be whole, right? If we eliminate that source of the deepest communication of the divine to us, the deepest communication of ourselves to ourselves, that we fragment ourselves, almost split down the middle, and that we'll never really be a complete person. Now that's tricky, right? Because many of us have been told to get our head out of the clouds when we were younger, or maybe not so young, maybe more recently. Buckle down, get your feet on the ground, be serious. We've been told that our hearts are soft and that to follow our heart is not the most practical thing. And so really, for most of our lives, we've completely ignored our heart, or we've la-la-la-la-la'd ourselves into not listening. We've seen our hearts as irrelevant companions, as unhelpful in giving advice, because all it does is lead us where practicality may not. Now, St. Ignatius doesn't say that you follow your heart regardless. What Ignatius is trying to tell us to do is that by listening to our heart, we have more information about what is most important to us. If we spend our life ignoring that source of wisdom and information, then we go ahead in our lives only using this part of our body, and only part of the gift that the divine has given to us to source out what makes us tick. Many of us feel like, or could feel like at this point in our lives, especially post-pandemic, that we're lost with no direction, that really we don't know what to do with our lives at this point, or we don't know what decision to make. There's a big decision we have to make, and we're not sure how to make it. We're not sure if we should move in this direction or that direction, if we should support our family in this way or that way, if we should engage in this relationship or not engage in this relationship. And really and truly, it's only by listening to the heart, to your heart, that you will find the answers. So once you listen to what's working in your heart, then you've got information to make the next decision. But if we just plug that up and we just la-la our way through life, we lose out on an immense source of wisdom about what is there deepest in our souls. What is going on in your heart? What is your heart telling you right now? The heart can be elusive. If we've spent so much of our life ignoring it, it's going to be hard to listen again, to give it credibility. So sit down, quiet, listening, and it may take time, over time, but pay attention to what's moving and stirring there, and you will know what to do next in your life.